The cursed forest of Tasmania. No one ever returns. Deep in the heart of Tasmania, hidden among mountains and an eternal mist, lies a forest so enigmatic and terrifying that few dare to mention its name. It is a place where time seems to behave strangely, where sunlight barely filters through twisted trees, and where the air is filled with an unnatural silence, broken only by the whisper of the wind. Or so we like to believe. The stories surrounding this forest are as old as Tasmania itself. It is said that before the arrival of European settlers, the Aboriginal tribes of the region avoided this place at all costs. To them, it was not just a forest, it was sacred and forbidden land, a domain of invisible entities that punished those who dared to disturb its peace. They say that those who entered its depths never returned, or if they did, they were never the same. The few who managed to escape whispered stories of shadows moving among the trees, disembodied voices, glowing eyes in the darkness, and an overwhelming presence, as if the forest itself was alive. Today, on Wandergems, we will explore the dark secrets of the Enchanted Forest of Tasmania, a place so feared that even official maps seem to avoid marking it. What is this place hiding? Is it just superstition, or is there something more? Something we have yet to understand. Get comfortable, turn off the lights if you dare, and join me in uncovering the story of a forest that has been the scene of disappearances, unexplained sightings, and phenomena that defy all logic. Welcome to Wandergems, where we explore the world's most mysterious places. For centuries, this forest has been shrouded in mystery. The Aboriginal people of Tasmania spoke of it with reverential fear, claiming it was sacred land guarded by ancient spirits who protected it from intruders. According to legend, those who dared to disturb the forest would awaken its guardians, condemning themselves to an uncertain fate. When British settlers arrived in Tasmania, many prisoners sent to the island attempted to escape into this forest, believing they could find refuge among the trees and evade their captors. But reality proved to be far more sinister. Historical records indicate that dozens of prisoners vanished without a trace. Search parties were sent, but not a single body was ever found. It was as if the forest had swallowed them whole. But the most disturbing part isn't their disappearance. The most chilling accounts come from the prisoners who remained behind. Those who swore that on the darkest nights, they could hear their missing comrades calling to them from deep within the forest. Some even claimed to have seen figures wandering among the trees, human-like, but not quite human. One of the most famous cases occurred in 1973, when a group of 5 explorers set out to map an uncharted area of the forest. They carried specialized equipment, compasses, maps, and supplies for several days. The first night passed without incident, but on the second night, one of the explorers woke up in terror. He claimed that something or someone was inside his tent, watching him in the darkness. The next morning, they discovered something deeply unsettling. Their compasses were broken. Their watches had stopped at exactly 3:17 a.m., and worst of all, they found footprints surrounding their campsite. They weren't animal tracks. They were human footprints, but larger than normal, and arranged in a strange pattern, as if whatever had left them had been circling their camp all night. Fearing for their safety, they decided to abandon the expedition, but the forest didn't let them go so easily. As they tried to leave, they encountered an impossible phenomenon. They had been walking in a straight line for hours, yet they kept ending up in the same place. It was as if the forest itself was shifting around them, trapping them in an endless loop. After what felt like an eternity, they finally found their way out. But none of them were ever the same again. In 2017, a German tourist named Marcus Hoffmann traveled to Tasmania to document his adventures. His last known post on social media read, "I found a trail that isn't on any map. It looks like no one has been here in a long time. I'm going to explore it." That was the last time anyone heard from him. A massive search operation was launched, but there was no trace of Marcus. No body, no equipment, nothing. Except for his camera. Weeks later, it was found placed carefully at the base of a tree, as if someone had deliberately left it there. When investigators reviewed the footage, they found Marcus's last images. The final photos showed a mist-covered forest path, but the last image was the most disturbing. It was an empty trail with trees in the distance, but in the lower right corner, there was something. A shadowy figure, dark, with two glowing eyes staring directly into the camera. Local authorities have tried to dismiss these stories as myths or hallucinations caused by exhaustion and isolation. But those who have been there know the truth. This isn't just an ordinary forest. Something is hiding within it, something that does not want to be discovered. And now I ask you, would you dare to enter? If you made it this far, it means this mystery fascinated you as much as it did me. So tell me in the comments, what do you think the Enchanted Forest of Tasmania is hiding? A natural phenomenon? Something paranormal? Or a secret that no one has been able to uncover? If you love stories of mysterious places and want to keep exploring the world's greatest enigmas with me, subscribe to Wandergems, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with someone who would dare to enter this forest with you. See you in the next adventure, if we make it back.